Marco Detti, should we spam Scola Gladiatoria channel with mean posts and bad reviews in defense of Shad? No. Definitely not. And I'll tell you why. Because that's not what Shad would want. Because that's not the type of energy that Shad would prefer. And I'll go to his post. Now this is obviously what Mark is talking about. I don't. Yeah. Hydro said it. We're not like that. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I'm never gonna go to the man's channel. This post right here could have been Shad going, I just made this awesome video with this guy, Gladiatoria, whatever the hell the guy's name is. It's awesome. Go check out his channel and go subscribe. You know what I would have done? I would have gone and subscribed to him. I would have walked over there. I would have scrolled over to his channel and hit the subscribe button because Shad said so. Because I like Shad's content. And if you're going to work with someone like Shad, work with someone in my circle. And if someone in my circle says, hey, let's go support this person, I'm going to go do that. Shad's he's not going to be the type of guy that go bomb this guy with negative feedback. No. I'm never going to interact with that person because I have zero interest, because I don't want to deal with weak-minded people. And it's very obvious that he's a weak-minded person that listened to people and catered to them. Look, I love you guys. I do. You guys are fantastic. You're the reason I still do this. You're the reason I'm doing a daily show again. This is my first, this is my 570th episode, including all of the Bay Staff Mondays and Tuesday Titans that I've done since my last solo daily show, which I honestly don't remember. It was months ago. But I mean, I don't cater to you guys. I just am me. And although it's funny because technically I am catering to you because I'm doing the daily show again, because a lot of you have asked me to do so, but I'm not caving, right? There's a difference, I feel. I feel like it's an honor to be here for you guys and talk about things that I love to talk about, and talk about a trip to London and have you guys hang out and listen to me. Oh, thanks, Mom. My mom confirms my hair looks great. I appreciate you, Mom. All right, so I read this on Side Scrollers earlier. So forgive me if you've heard me say this whole thing. It's a very long post, but I think it's so important. And it's such a strong conversation that needs to be had. And Shad does such a fantastic job of articulating this problem that we're seeing, okay? So it's kind of long, but I'm going to rock it out. And I had some practice because I read it on Side Scrollers, but here we go again. This is from Shad on his X Twitter account. Something very sad has happened. Matt Easton of Scola Gladiatorio, whatever, a longtime collaborator and friendly peer in the YouTube sword community, has just chosen to cut off all association with me, Shad, and my channel, Shadiversity. We had just had a great day collaborating with other wonderful sword content creators. It was a day of friendship, discussion, and laughter. Upon sharing some images of the day and filming, he received many hateful comments about me. I'm guessing of the type that grossly misrepresent and vilify my beliefs in an attempt to discredit and harm my reputation. Without contacting me to find out the true context of my extremely basic and commonly held conservative beliefs that I am outspoken about outside of Shadiversity, he has chosen to totally and completely excommunicate me from his association, even in spite of the kindness, support, respect, and friendship I've shown him over the years of our association. Goodwill, benefit of the doubt, personal friendly interactions, and past kindness mean little, apparently. Matt isn't the first person to do this, and perhaps I'll talk about the others in the future. I keep Shadiversity free from politics. All are welcome regardless of their beliefs, and I extend a hand of friendship to all. those that agree with my beliefs, and more importantly, those that do not, including Matt. I believe this is essential to push for a more peaceful and tolerant world. I will watch, support, and be friends with those who have beliefs I find offensive. That does not mean I will not stand up and be outspoken about my beliefs, nor should people censor themselves for the sake of my feelings. And people should not have to betray their beliefs just to be accepted by others. We just need to learn to get along with those that are different. For all those who do not want to hear me fight for what I think is right, I separate it from Shadiversity best I can. I share such views on my second channel, Night's Watch, or here on X/Twitter. I only address it now because people like Matt can't seem to understand this separation nor associate with people who believe things they find offensive. Not very long ago, it was far more common for people to get along and be friends, regardless of their run-of-the-mill political or religious views, even if they found them offensive. And yes, my views are standard views most Christian conservatives have, regardless of how much people try to vilify and misrepresent them. I'm just outspoken and stand up for what I believe. Of course, people love to misrepresent my views in the vilest of ways. Apparently, it is better to strawman a person into a villain rather than address his views. My beliefs are free to be heard and understood by anyone. They are all available on @StayOnWatch in context, and I stand by everything I've said there. Not the strawman, villainous caricature people that hate me try to depict. What many ideologically possessed people who sit on the opposite political spectrum to me don't seem to understand is that they hold views that I find equally and personally offensive, as many of my beliefs are to them, although it seems they probably don't have a correct understanding of my views, seeing as many hear disingenuous, hateful comments about me and take them as categorical truth. My point is, I actually believe and practice tolerance and acceptance of people different from me. You don't have to agree or celebrate someone's beliefs or lifestyles to tolerate them or treat them with kindness, as you would anyone else. I would never consider disassociating myself with anyone due to them believing many standard left-leaning views that I find offensive, or if they received online hatred from activists for having standards left-leaning views. That would be intolerant, and I stand by my friends. My tolerance and acceptance cease when people demand I practice opposing beliefs, betraying my own beliefs for the sake of their feelings. I will push back and fight for people's and my own right to practice my beliefs and religion. It is not about being polite when what they are demanding is a fundamental betrayal of my religious beliefs. But I would never take away a person's right to believe things I disagree with and live how they want, nor would I ever withhold the hand of friendship or choose to disassociate with people who held beliefs I disagree with or find offensive. Indeed, to do so is one of the most severe acts of categorical bigotry there is. Matt Easton and others who've chosen to do this are guilty of this and have revealed their own intolerance. But I will not cut them off as they are choosing to do so. My hand is still extended to move forward in collaboration and friendship, even though they have beliefs I find extremely offensive and have cast me aside as someone so vile to be a pariah to them, when I have done nothing but show them support and kindness throughout our entire association. They have exposed themselves as true intolerant bigots and seem to be oblivious to the truth that there are many people like me who believe the same things as I do and stand for the same principles. There are other prominent content creators in our community that think very similarly to my social and political beliefs. Is Matt going to disassociate with these content creators too? Or is his gauge of intolerance not based on fundamental beliefs, but how much people in his audience hate someone due to them being open and outspoken about those said beliefs? Is he okay to associate himself with them so long as they stay in the closet about their more conservative views and not upset the minority of ideologically possessed extremist viewers he has? If this is the case, which it certainly looks like it, then well done, Matt, for being controlled by an outraged mob and revealing your true colors. Matt doesn't seem to be aware of the number of viewers and subscribers he has that are conservative and or Christian like me, that believe many similar things to my social and political views. Matt's actions here clearly show he does not want to associate with people like us. We're too vile in his opinion. How dare he then accept their viewership and support when he clearly hates us so? Let me be clear. If you believe things differently to me, even things I find offensive or live lifestyles I disagree with, I will not treat you any differently to anyone else. You are welcome to be my friend. You are welcome on any of the channels to enjoy the content. I look forward to associating with you in the comments, and if you make content in the future, to watch, support, and maybe even collaborate if circumstances allow. I believe Matt is capable of being a mature adult and being a truly tolerant person, not one that claims to be tolerant while excommunicating people from his association for wrongthink and false vilification, claiming standard conservative and religious beliefs as extremism. Here's the reality. The people that are so intolerant and emotionally unstable to the point of not being able to be near people with views they find offensive are a tiny minority. And yes, they seem like a larger group because they are so outspoken. They overrun many online platforms and companies, might I add. But in the real world, they are a minority. Most people are not so delicate, easily offended, or hateful. This minority will complain online and claim hate speech against what in reality is bland political views, but all they need is to be ignored. The collaboration video I filmed with Matt yesterday was great, and only true fools would think that merely associating with someone means you endorse any of their views. Or does Matt think no one on the left should associate with anyone on the right for fear of being perceived as politically allied? That's what they want you to think, honestly. All Matt needed to do was ignore the outrage mob and show true tolerance, acceptance, and accept my hand in friendship, as that is what we need to push for a truly tolerant and peaceful society. 100%. This is 100% true. This whole post would have went a completely different direction had he not made this statement, which I'm going to kind of peruse through. And just to finish it up, Shad says, Matt, as shown by his example, would rather we all excommunicate ourselves from those who believe things we find offensive, live in a divided world where we openly hate and vilify all those people with problematic opinions. What a shame. What a disappointment. Shad, sir, I salute you. I'm serious. That was so... Yeah, you know what? Trinoculus just said it. Shad is definitely an author. Absolutely. He's... That was so eloquently spoken and said. I hope that I did it justice. Because what he's talking about, I've lived through. I had some family friends that I was Uncle Adam. I lived with them. In fact, my wife and I, when we first met, you know, she came and ate dinner, and they were the first friends that she met because I was living with them when I met my wife 8 years ago in California. When they found out that I voted for Trump, they said they don't want me near their kids again. I helped raise your kids. Where did you think that my morality changed? Because I actually saw Trump's politics and Trump's actions as president and recognized that they were actually good for America, good for them, good for the American population, the people who the president should be working for. right? Not like this fucking asshat that we've got in the president's seat right now. Yeah, I mean, that's the most extreme example. Countless one of friends of I quote friends because they were more associates that I was Facebook friends with that I just knew from high school. All came out of the woodwork, never posting on anything that I did. But when I said, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, oh my gosh, I was a racist, I was KKK, I was a Nazi, I was all these things, which of course they were brainwashed into thinking. I had one friend that did what a true tolerant person did. He called me. All right? Shout out to Tully. Tully, you're the man. Anyway, he said, Adam, I want to understand how you came to this conclusion. And I said, okay, let's talk. And 2.5 hours later, we got off the phone. And a week later, he called me back. He said, hey, you know that Charlottesville speech? You're right. The context was missing. That grab him by the pussy. You're right. He did say if you ask them, if you let them, or if they let you, like there's all of these contexts started slamming into place, and he's like, yeah, I get it. And he was actually good. He did actually have good policies. Wow. Now I didn't turn him into a Trump supporter, but I got rid of his TDS. He no longer had that. So I reached one person out of all, but he was actually a really good friend of mine. So like, I'm not really surprised, but that's what tolerance is. Even if he doesn't vote for Trump, that doesn't matter. We're still friends. He still came to me as a friend and said, I just want to understand how you got to that point, right? That's what tolerance is. That's beautiful. And that's why Tully is the man. And that's why Shad is he's gained so much respect. I knew him as the sword guy that was super knowledgeable about swords. That's actually not wrong. It's very true. He is definitely the sword guy and is incredibly knowledgeable about swords. And if you don't know Shad's stuff, definitely go follow Shad, because fantastic author. He's got some books coming out, and I'm excited about him. I know about him. I've actually been sent some things that aren't public yet, which is really cool. I really appreciate that, Shad. So if you think he's an author from this, wait until you see some of the stuff that he's coming out with. I'm hyped. But this is what we need in the world, not this. Okay, this is some. Oh, you know what? Let me open this in a new tab. Okay, not this. Okay, this is the opposite of what we need. I'm not gonna read this whole thing because it's a whole bunch of fucking trash. Scola Gladiatoria says, Dear community, fans and members, this is the kind of post I normally try to avoid. You will notice that this morning I have removed a post that I made while I was away working and traveling yesterday. At quite short notice, I was kindly invited to a get-together with a varied group of people to do some filming. I don't normally turn down such opportunities unless I have some concrete reason, even if I have factual and non-damaging disagreements with another person involved. I try to beat views that I disagree with facts and argument. So, did you give up on that? You stopped trying? It was too difficult to talk about facts. Sorry, that's pretty funny. That line right there. That's pretty rich, right? that's pretty funny. Because listen to where this goes. One of the people involved yesterday, it turns out, is highly personable, offensive. Oh, excuse me, highly personally offensive to a lot of people I care about. Bullshit. Bullshit. Both here and offline. I do not know the depths and complexities of the issues with that person before yesterday. Oh my gosh. Because a bunch of people were calling you out for you know what the funny thing is? None of those people were giving him the facts. None of them. I'm going to go back up here. It says, even if I have factual and non-damaging disagreements with another person involved. He had nothing but good things until the day before. He said, yesterday I found out all the shit. But before that, everything was fine with him and Shad. And it's like, he tries to beat views that I disagree with facts and arguments. He didn't even talk to Shad. He completely pussied out on the whole thing and just put this freaking post out. What a bitch. This is a bitch move. You know, I had a friend who called me. That's respectful. He could have at the end of it says, well, I disagree with you and I think you're wrong and I don't want to associate with you. That's at least respectful. Like, damn, you gave it a shot. You actually called me and heard me out. Now, that didn't happen. My buddy actually is a freaking G and heard me out and heard my side and said I respect it. Right? That's how it should be going. But this guy, I didn't even know the depths and complexities of the issues with that person. That line is so funny. The depths of the pain that Shad causes these people. It strikes deeper than any sword could. We know how good he is with swords. You have no idea how good he is with words. Oh, Shad. He's had years of practice. Oh my goodness. I have to keep going because this is actually really hilarious. I have interacted with this person over the years, including posting video rebuttals, arguments, responses, etc. on historical matters. I had not experienced anything negative with that person, other than disagreeing with fairly large number of points that person made, which is, I guess, based on historical matters, as he just referenced. However, yesterday, after filming, it was brought to my attention. That line right there, that line is so, it's like, oh man, it's been brought to my attention. It's been brought to my attention. You like, you just know there's like some Karens behind that, or some blue-haired bitches, or some massive land whales, or some shit, you know? Oh man. It was brought to my attention that on their second channel, one I've only visited a handful of times, a long time ago. Oh, guys, it's been so long. I don't even know what that channel is. This person is now promoting political and social views which are absolutely against my own views. Okay. Remember Shad's words just not 5 minutes ago that I was talking about being able to have differing views? You know, the classic liberal definition of being tolerant and being able to have civil discourse and being able to disagree and still get along. Oh, those were the days. Yes, so I was not aware of the nature and extremity of this person's views before yesterday. Probably that men are men and women are women, and there's no such thing as a trans child or a vegan cat. So extreme. People can, of course, voice their views in a free society, but I am equally free to cave to a crazy mob of weak-skinned people on the internet. That's what it says here. We'll just move along. Don't need to read further into it. I do not at all align myself or in any way agree with that person's views on any topic. Oh, on these topics, which he didn't actually specify what the topics were. So I'll just say on any topic, because that's how it works. If you agree with me on everything, we can be friends. If you disagree with me on anything, you are a full-blown Nazi that wears a big white pointy hat. Continuing on, which should be patently obvious to anyone who knows me or has followed my channel closely. Well, how would they know that if your channel is about swords? If you, they wouldn't know, actually, because your content isn't political, right? It's about historical events and swords and stuff. And okay. Anyway, I filmed one video that the said person, he's not even naming Shad. What a fucking bitch. I filmed one video that the said person with the said person yesterday and had already decided last night not to publish that. I have also now taken down yesterday's post because I want to move on from this and disassociate from them. Let's break that. What does that really mean? I was getting a lot of hate from a bunch of detractors that all they do is try to ruin people's lives because they want other people's views censored. They are anti-freedom of speech. They can't handle opposing views because they have weak skins and need every single person to validate their existence because they're bitches, all right? And little children. That's basically, right. That's what this translates to. Oh my gosh. I understand that many people will be angry that I've collaborated with that person at all. No, you are a fucking bitch, dude. I'm done reading it. I don't even want to give a fuck. I think he says, I'm sorry. You know what, dude? You're a little bitch. Learn how to be your own man and not give a fuck. All right? It's the fucking internet. All right? There's always going to be someone that doesn't like you. There's probably someone in my chat right now that doesn't like me. And that's okay. Because, again, it's the internet. And in fact, if you go into reality, outside of the internet, this is where reality is for me over here. If you look over at reality, guess what? There's going to be someone that doesn't like you. See, there's someone right there who's flicking me off. You can't see us off camera, but proof. See, someone doesn't like me out there. And guess what? That's okay. You don't need to validate your existence based on other people. Now, obviously, as a content creator, the more people that watch your stuff, sure, it's validating in some sense, but bro, this is not it. So shout out to Shad for being a Chad. I got to get you on an interview, buddy. Jubilee. Okay. Shad's a Chad. Go follow him, guys. Go follow him. And I'm gonna cut that into a video because I feel like that was solid. All right, let me close some of these tabs so I can actually see what the hell's going on with my tabs here. I have all those pictures that I was showing you earlier from London. Let me catch up a little bit. So Mark Guidetti, after hearing Shad's words, you can definitely understand why spamming that dude's channel with mean posts and bad reviews is like the exact opposite. You know? It's the exact opposite of what he would want. Lord of the Reed says, what the fuck is up, Denny's? More like Scrota Gladiatoria. Am I right? Nice. I'll be buying some books to support our medieval brother. Always looking for a good reason to add to my collection. Oh yeah, I've got a nice slot right there, just waiting for Shad's book, which I did back. I did back their Kickstarter. Was it Kickstarter? No, it was the other one. Whatever, their fundraiser for their new book. Pepe Payne says, make dueling a thing again. If you disrespect someone, fight or apologize. This would solve many issues in society. If your belief is your belief worth dying for, just my thoughts. I mean, I could see where your head's at, Pepe. I don't necessarily agree with that. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe society was more polite at that time. Mark Godetti says, I get it. Right on, right on. I'm just not as mature and classy as Shad is. None of us are. That's a pretty hard thing to compete with. How classy Shad dropped those freaking truth bombs on that dude. Dude got absolutely handled. But there was a funny interaction. So I wrote, let me show you guys. So I responded. I said, I did want to interview, but now I'm not sure I want to associate with you. Obviously joking if you know me at all. And there's some people that were like mad at me. This dude, wait, what? You wanted to talk to someone, but before you got to, you dismissed him? How do you think? With your stomach, head, heart, no balls, woman with a dick. Like, oh man. There's a couple other people that didn't understand that it was obviously sarcasm. But then he just yelled, Jubilee! Okay, so I gotta tell you this little story. So there's the subway system in London is interesting, that all of the different subway lines are called different names, right? There's the Elizabeth line. I didn't take many. The Jubilee line was one of them. And I was just kind of joking around, yelling like Jubilee, like the men of the group have to yell Jubilee or you're not allowed to get on the train. I basically was just trying to get Shad to yell Jubilee. Didn't work. He didn't yell Jubilee. I was a little disappointed I didn't get him to yell Jubilee. But I yelled Jubilee a bunch of times while we were down in the tube, and it was a lot of fun. And then it kind of became like a sub theme for the rest of the day. It was a lot of fun. So him responding with Jubilee is kind of funny. And then I just wrote Jubilee. You got to yell it or it has no power. Anyway, that's the story of Jubilee. It's kind of funny. The Squid with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Said this made my 500 dono to his Indiegogo last year well worth it. It was Indiegogo. That's what it was. Yes. And thank you, Squid. Awesome. Thank you for the support, and also thank you for supporting him over there too. Yeah, that's what. Wow, Adam is becoming one of them. One of what? What are you talking about? You guys got an ad? I'm not doing that, guys. That's YouTube. You guys want go watch on Rumble. I don't know why the ads are happening. I haven't changed a single thing. Okay? What was an ad for? YouTube is slipping them in. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, guys. No ads on Brave. There we go. Use Brave. That's what I use. I haven't watched a YouTube ad in years because of Brave. I'm serious. Brave is the shit. It's not the creators, it's YouTube. Didn't YouTube change something? I think YouTube, they're changing it so that they're making it so the creators aren't allowed to choose where the ads go also, right? I think that's happening, right? Something like that. Anyway, I'm becoming English. Oh, is that what? I'm becoming English. I gotta like let my teeth rot and get a purple suit and a Swedish-made penis enlarger. I am in Sweden. I could probably go get one. I don't need one though. You know what I'm saying? Got a big dick. Sorry, Mom. My mom's here. Geez. Awkward. GJJ celebrating 15 months. Thank you very much for that long time support. That is fantastic. Says, what's with the ads? Also wanted to know how London was. I was a member. How long I was. Oh, how long? I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, 15 months. That's huge. GJJ, thank you very much, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, and you can watch ad-free, I guess, on Rumble. I guess it just gives ads. I hope I get a cut out of that. I probably do, I guess, right? I don't know. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about today, it's not a very, I don't really want these daily shows to go 2 hours. I would like to try to keep them between an hour and a half. And I feel like I went a little long with the London conversation talking about my trip, but you know, it was a trip. I just wanted to talk about it. And then this whole Shad thing was just so fire. Like I just wanted to put that out there. So definitely check that out. This is this controversy, I guess, about Chris Evans getting married, and he just turned 42, and he married this girl, Baptista, I guess is her name. I have no idea who it is, but is this Wayne Dupree here is basically saying, I would never get into a relationship with someone that is essentially be my daughter's age, let alone marry her. I know love is blind, but rocking the cradle should be criminal. Come on, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. First off, 26, you're an adult. Last I checked, 18, you're an adult. But I think 42 and 18 would be, I mean, I look at an 18, I see 18-year-olds. I see teenagers at all. I think kids. 19, you look like a child. All right. 20, 22, all right. Like, I feel like 25 is when you start to look more like an adult, right? A 26-year-old is like fully grown, all right? A fully grown adult can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And they're saying a 42-year-old and a 26-year-old, like I'm 39, my wife is 30, right? So I'm 31, so I'm 8 years older than her. My older sister, her husband is 14 years older than her. Like 14, like, okay, if you the people who think about kids and like compare those ages and those age differences, like that's weird, right? And that's the only reason why it gets weird is when you slide the scale down, right? Like 42 and 26, who gives a fuck? She's an adult, he's an adult, they're adults, okay? But if you slide the age scale down, it gets gross really quick. But that's not the case. And Ani is 6 years younger than Brian. Yeah, so they're close together, right? So that's not really that big of a deal. Look, I don't even have kids. All right, so like I could be my daughter's age. That's what this guy is saying. As I could, essentially be my daughter's age. It's like, all right, well, I'm almost 40. So in 2 years, hopefully I've got a youngin, maybe 2, who knows? I don't know if I'm lucky. I would love that. Who knows? Probably not. Wishful thinking. I just can't wait to be a dad. Who am I kidding? Chris Evans, who just turned 42. Okay. It's like, I don't see why the big deal is. And I've seen these people bitching about this. It's like 26 is an adult. I don't get it. Get busy? All right, guys. You know what? All right, I should probably go. Probably go get busy. I think any relationship over 25 is fine no matter the age difference. Thank you, Mom. That's what my mom just said, and I 100% agree. That's a 16-year difference. You'd be a young as fuck parent. Yeah, true. But it's like, after 25, like, who the fuck gives a shit? Like, all right, if you're 65 and you're dating an 18-year-old, that's fucking weird, dude. Like, that's nah. What? Either extreme gold digger or this dude probably met her before she turned 18 kind of vibe. I don't like that. Because like I'm even when I was, so I met my wife when I was 32, 33, 8 years ago. So 31, and she was 8 years younger than me. So she was actually in her younger 20s, but she was European. They're exponentially more mature than American women. It's just a fact of life. And she was worldly traveled. She lived in Japan. She traveled around the world. She lived on a boat for 6 months. She had a lot of worldly experience for her age. But when I was single, I'm like thinking back to when I was single and like late 20s, early 30s. There's just like an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, they all just look young to me. I was just not interested in that. I don't understand. But like a 26-year-old is a freaking woman, a fully grown woman. Like what are these people bitching about? Like Wayne Dupree? What the fuck are you bitching about, dude? Oh, he follows me. That's kind of a... Okay. All right, Wayne. Oh, you follow 27,000 people. Oh, well, that doesn't mean shit then. I mean, come on, dude. I call out both sides. Instead of unfollowing me. This is a stupid take, dude. I know love is blind, but that's not rocking the cradle. What? Is it? Is that rocking the cradle? Am I wrong here, guys? I don't know. Who knows? All I do know is I'm back. I'm back doing my daily show. I hope you guys are excited about it, because here I am. I'll be back tomorrow doing my daily show. This is us. We're here. I'm gonna continue. This is episode 570. 571 tomorrow. I will see you guys there. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Mom, love you. Mods, thank you. Remember to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share the live stream. Share the clips that I'm going to be putting out there. Captain Remington, with a quick super chat at the end, says, I haven't had the chance to sit down and watch these for a long time. Keep up the good fight, Adam. Nice haircut, by the way. Thank you very much. See you guys next time.